Call this beat Will Smith, cause it slaps hard. Hear it not when I pull up on your boulevard. I'm going to get into a few examples of mirroring. So here are a few examples of ways in which a woman that is building interest in you might start to mirror you. For starters, speech. This could be where she starts mirroring your tone. She starts mirroring your speed and your inflection. All right. And for me, I talk really, really fast. I have found at times that the women that I'm dating, as they get to like me more, one, they can better understand what I'm saying. So even if I try to slow it down, I still slip back into talking fast, but the women will pick it up. And then there'll be times when I notice they also start talking a little bit faster than they normally would. All right. Another thing is posture. And this is where they're mirroring your posture. And this is actually one that shows up really, really early. If you're on a first date, for example, let's say you're talking to her, she's having a good time, and you kind of just lean back a bit like this, you might find she leans back. Or when you lean forward, suddenly she leans forward. I've done the test where I'm on a date with somebody, and all of a sudden, I'll just take my arm and just put it on the table like this. Just on the table like this. And this is also a good way to break the touch barrier, guys. But like, I'll find if she's really starting to feel a connection, then she'll be telling a story, and then she'll plop her arm right down. She'll do the mirroring arm. So if I do my right arm, she'll do her left arm, and she'll do it close to mine to where if she needs to, she can touch my hand while she's emphasizing a point. But the point is, that's posturing. That is mirroring, okay? Also, same thing with gestures. This is like if she copies your hand gestures, your movements, such as the way you nod, the way you wave. She might jokingly be like, you say you see her, you're like, hey, what's up? And she's like, hey, what's up? Like it's joking, but it's her mirroring you because she's starting to feel you, all right? Facial expressions. Smiling, frowning. Sometimes if you do like this, you might try to, move her eyes too, like facial expressions, certain mannerisms or idiosyncrasies that you have. This could be things like your interests. She might start mirroring or trying to let you know that she has similar interests. Like you could say, for example, oh, I like seeing Metallica on tour. And she'll be like, oh my God, really? I love Metallica too. Or if she's not a fan of theirs, she might say something like, wow, Metallica, you know what? I'm not a big rock person, but I've always wanted to see them live specifically. Or, oh, I would totally go to a concert with Metallica, because they're trying to put themselves in your shoes and also help you see how she could possibly fit in your world. Eating habits. This is a really big one, because I've noticed that, let's say I've been dating a woman, for example, that may have been like a little overweight. I find if I start eating better, they start eating better, because they want to match up with their guy. And if their guy is saying, I want to get healthier, I want to eat better, then a woman that's highly interested but may have packed on a few pounds is more often than not going to be like, okay, I want to eat with what he's eating, and I don't want to eat anything that's different from him, because then I'm going to feel like an outsider in this relationship. So whatever he's going to eat, I'm going to eat also. And I have been with women whereby they started out one weight and then they lose 20 or 30 pounds just because I'm showing them better eating habits. So this can be a thing that happens. Body language, you talked about that earlier, but like, things like crossing their arms or leaning forward as you're talking. These are all things that are saying, if they're leaning forward, it's like, I'm trying to get close to you. If they're crossing their arms, it's usually like, get the heck away from me. You don't want to see crossed arms. That's like a bad thing. But if they're leaning forward, if they're, staring at you a certain way, then it's not that they're being reflective of you, but they are showing a deep, keen interest in really trying to see who you are, and then also their energy level. You might date somebody that's like, oh, I'm not, for example, a woman might say, oh, I'm usually a night person, but ever since I got with you, now I'm a morning person. Why do you think that is? Because again, she's trying to match up with who you are in the hopes that you're going to accept her as a viable mate. All right. So with that said, how does this mirroring signal attraction? Well, here's the thing, is that people that are mirroring you, women that are mirroring you when they go out, they are more likely to be mimicking you because they either like you, they are highly intrigued by you, or they really look up to you. Okay. Because, think about like kids. Kids will also like mimic you and, try to do things if they think that you're cool or think that you're, doing something really, really awesome. Right. So it's this thing of, you're basically being seen as somebody that she could really see herself wanting to be around and is really starting to like. All right. It also helps women to create a sense of unity and familiarity, because if she's starting to do things like you, then one, she's starting to get used to whatever behaviors you have. And two, she's looking to incorporate them into her. Because I think about everything in terms of like the act of sex, right? Like you're entering into her, you're finishing inside of her, you're your whole world is now going into her. But it's not just a hookup thing in the ways that occurs. It also boils down to the ways in which you are, the ways in which you speak, the ways in which you act. Women are going to also want to take that on too, because ultimately they want to feel the essence of you. And part of that means at times being able to do things that are similar to you, to be reflective of you, because you are a reflection of her and vice versa. And it's easy for her to feel that feeling if she's literally at times being a reflection of you by doing the things that you're doing or saying things the way you would say them and so forth, right? Also, this helps a woman to establish comfort. If she's comfortable with the things that you're doing, then she's going to be comfortable doing those things. And so as she does them, it means that what she's actually doing is accepting fully who you are, because the fact that she's doing or saying things like you or taking on some of your interests, that indicates that she really, really does feel a comfort for being around you and being in a relationship with you. All right. And then also mirroring is a way to have a shared experience. If, I'm saying ass to Stephen Colbert at the end of all of his jokes, and then the girl that I'm with is saying it, well, that's now a shared experience because we're both saying this thing, or we're both eating these kind of foods, or we're both doing these kind of trips, or we're both going to these kind of movies. And women are all about community and about being able to tell their girlfriends that me and my guy do these things together. We like these same things together. It's such a cute story for women. Oh my God, your guy and you are such a great match. You guys connect so well. And that's ultimately the thing, is that her mirroring you, she gets to tell to the world, we are a great match, because clearly we like the same things. We do the same things together. And in some ways we're kind of alike, even though she's taking on most of your stuff. What the French toast? What the French toast? Brothers mad and they